Yo, haven't done a war commentary in a long time, but here we are. I thought I might try to do it for this season, so here we go. This first war of the season, we're up against Chaos, my former alliance. I stepped down a couple months ago because I just didn't really want to push for Masters anymore, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to keep up with the prestige this much, or keep up with the prestige as much this year. So yeah, I just told him I was gonna step down, just kind of a little bit for more relaxed alliance now. So first we're gonna go with Note 3. This alliance has fixed paths, so I'm on path 3 always. So yeah, and this time we have Zola on Note 3, which is not really a problem because he doesn't have armor, so he wouldn't bleed you anyway. But we're still gonna take it as Strange. Obviously Strange his buff was incredible. He can do a lot of stuff, and this is one of them. So yeah, we're just gonna take it slow. He's not always the fastest, and sometimes, depending on how you're playing, any given fight, you might end up with too much power, which is people's biggest complaint about him. But the more you use him, the more you get comfortable with either dumping power with the heavy block, or just kind of adjusting as the fight progresses. So yeah, we're just gonna take him down nice and easy, slow, barely any health loss. But yeah, that's Zola on Note 3. Then we're gonna go to Note 12, Korg. I've taken a variety of characters on this Note 12. Clearly I got hit quite a bit by him, but anyway, I've taken quite a few different defenders on Note 12 with Strange. He can do just about anything outside of the Science class, because he doesn't really have, like I saw Jessica Jones, obviously he can't deal with the Unstoppable, and then if you have a high Evo or something, just the Wither is so bad for Strange, so obviously you don't want to do that. But outside of that, we can use Strange. And then the name of the game is just, take it slow, use mostly specials. The auto block is only for basic hits, so it's obviously a really good thing that Strange gets so much power, and he can just just melt down the opponent one special at a time. So yeah, this one definitely took longer than I would have wanted, but also in the past when I've taken Korg with him, I'll accidentally end up throwing specials into his block, and he has so many hits, which you do not want to hit Korg's block that much. You'll see it happen later on in the fight. So yeah, I just kind of had to take it slow, and yeah, here we go. So obviously build up his charges, he immediately goes unstoppable and unblockable. So then you have to take it slower. I decided to go with purple mode, which is the one that gives you the guaranteed nullifies, because that also adds a bunch of placebos, which gives you more power. And again, that's just the name of the game for this specific fight with Doctor Strange. So yeah, like I said, going a little bit slower, but I like that. It just, it's super safe, assuming you don't throw a special into block and make him go unstoppable like I did earlier. Yeah, so just baiting hopefully one last special, and then L3 to remove the rock charges. Definitely going on for a while here. And yeah, back in purple mode. I didn't even need to do that, but yeah, I figure it might as well. So should be one more special. Whiffed my relic there, and he is down. Yeah, so that was over 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, just about. So again, kind of long, but you know, super safe. Then we're gonna go with Valk for Blue Marvel on Encroaching Stun. I wasn't sure what to take here because he is a tactic defender, so I wasn't sure how much the Inexorable would like affect the fight, and I also played it pretty bad. I got hit, but yeah, we were thinking about going with Jabari because she's tactic, but then he's bleed immune, so her damage would be super capped. So we decided to go with Valk and just hope that that the tactic was not too bad. And obviously with Valk, she also has the advantage of not being affected by the stun once you build up your buffs. But I was still trying to play it safe and just throwing specials at the right time to avoid just any sort of danger. Yeah, so as you saw, we also ate a full special, which really chipped us down by quite a bit. So just had to really lock in and just try and just try to play it really safe and not just not play it more risky than it needed to be, and ideally not dex too much, but clearly I still tried to dex that special and ended up getting hit. But yeah, we're just gonna take it slow, like I said, for the rest of the fight, because we were so low on health. And I knew that if I made more mistakes, he would just chip me down even more, or ultimately cause my demise. So yeah, I don't know what rank he was. Probably 5 if I had to guess, but I can't be sure. So yeah, just taking it slow, and then he is down. We clutched it up with 17% health left. And then the last node of the path is going to be Heimdall. I've taken Heimdall just about everywhere with Strange. Super easy fight. Just stay in purple mode. For the most part, there's like a couple of nodes where you don't want that because then you don't have too much power. But outside of that, I just stay in purple mode to make sure that his buffs are gone the moment they trigger, and that just keeps him shut down. So there you can see every time he throws a special, he gains some buffs, immediately nullified, and just gives me a ton of power. Yeah, so we just played it slow, as is the norm for me. Got hit a little bit too, so lost some health on that. But yeah, just staying slow, and he is immune to Fate Seal, so the L3 is not really doing anything. But honestly, with a lot of fights with Strange, I find the Fate Seal to be more annoying than useful, because it just, you gain power really slow when they're Fate Seal, because they're not getting any buffs to give you power. So yeah, so it's kind of nice to not have to worry about that. He just keeps nullifying over and over and over, and then he drops in 111. And then our last fight for this war is going to be a Nico on node 49, which needs debuffs, any like damaging effects to gain power, but obviously Strange has his own power, so that doesn't really matter. And then the special one does trigger, deals Cold Snap and Incinerate, which disables the stun reflection node, thankfully. So that helps take the fight down. So the fight was going really well for like half of it until I messed up towards the end. You'll see. I also went with purple mode, which I do kind of regret. I should have just started with Fury mode. I do have an invul, so I knew I could push her red if I wanted to, and I just kind of went with that. Because her special 3 doesn't do anything, so you can just tank a few of those, assuming you don't get hit. Yeah, so just slowly chipping her down, like I said, with ideally you want to do L1s. They do like the most damage, especially with the Cyclops synergy. But he's just solid all around. He can do damage with the L2 as well. So then here, because of the invisibility, I got hit, but also got some of the degen from the node on me from not hitting her for 6 seconds. Yeah, so here I evaded super late and got hit again. Not great, but she's almost down, so we're just gonna go little by little, and she intercepts me with a special as she does. So I just gotta wait out this invisibility again, put on cooldown just in case, and then special 1, and she is down. And yeah, so that's gonna be the fight. We only had 5 fights this war, and then we did end up clutching the win. We dropped 10, and that's kind of our standard. That's what our average was last season, give or take. And so yeah, we're excited to start the season off with the win, and we'll see how the rest of it goes. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.